Hi, I'm Charlie. Garlic is one of the easiest and simplest vegetables to grow. I think everyone should have a patch of garlic in their garden. You plant it in the fall when you plant tulips and daffodils. You cover it over with some mulch in the winter. In the spring, it'll pop up, and then by summer, you're harvesting. And that's what I want to talk about today, how to harvest your garlic. Now, the first thing you have to know is when to harvest it. And it's pretty simple. All you have to do is look at your garlic plants, and when the bottom 2 or 3 leaves are starting to brown out, that's an indication that it's time to harvest. Another thing you can do is just take your finger and just scrape the soil off around the base of the plant till you get down to the top of the bulb. That will show you if that bulb is still intact. Now, if the bulb is intact, that's great. If it's starting to separate out, meaning the cloves are starting to separate from each other, that means you've waited too long, and those bulbs will not last as long in storage. They'll be the ones you'll have to eat first. So once you decided you have the timing down, then you want to harvest. Now, instead of just pulling the plant out, which might break the top off and again reduce the amount of time you can store that garlic, a better idea is to take a shovel or an iron fork and just loosen up the soil around the bulbs down the row. Just be careful, of course, you're not touching those bulbs with the fork. That'll loosen the soil up and the garlic will come right out very easily. So put all that garlic into a container or into a wagon and then move it into your place where you're going to dry it. It'll need to dry for a couple weeks in a nice shady spot that has good airflow around it. And also you'll have the garlic off the ground. We have these wire racks that we really like, and we clean out all the storage materials that we have in there, and then we put all these garlic, just laying them out on top of the racks. That way a good airflow comes through there and dries out the tops. Once they're dry, then you just want to cut back the tops, cut back the roots, maybe clean up the garlic bulbs a little bit, and then put them in storage. And for storage, we use our basement. So we have a basement that stays 40, maybe 50 degrees during the winter. And again, we have racks down there that we can put the garlic bulbs on, and they'll last there pretty much all winter long. Now, one other tip that's really fun to try is to take your garlic bulbs and make a small little pile of them, and then take a clay pot and turn it upside down and cover the bulbs with the clay pot. The clay will wick some moisture away, but it keeps moisture around the bulbs. So that way the bulbs will last even longer into storage. We've had bulbs that last almost a year in storage. So it's a crop you can have year round. So grow some garlic, harvest it properly, and you'll be cooking with garlic all winter long. For more information about growing garlic, vegetables, and all kinds of plants, go to my website, gardeningwithcharlie.com.